Welcome to Neosho Wildcat Baseball, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Neosho Wildcats. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
People's Bank of Seneca, we care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, we've dedicated to providing excellent customer service across the four-state area, ensuring that every experience is exceptional. Visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. Learn more at peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
And good evening, Wildcat fans. John Ball, Matt Ball with you from the Roy B. Schaefer Baseball Stadium. Looks like, Matt, it could get a little wet before the night's out.
Well, yeah, they're calling for, I think, 30-some chance of rain, but the rain looks like it's off to our south here. The wind's blowing from right field to left field, so we might just miss it. I don't know. It's looking awfully dark back there.
Yeah, it really is, but it's an exciting night for baseball. The Wildcats taking on the Republic Tigers. This is a ball game that we've pretty much been waiting for quite a while. Not only is there COC implications, there is also district playoff implications. Republic comes in with a record of 11-9. They're 3-3 in the COC, just exactly like the Cats, but they're fresh off a victory from over at Webb City where they beat the Cardinals by a score of 13-1. They're coached by Kurt Plattner, who's in his 15th year. They're led by senior Ryder Davis, who is an Evangel College commit, and Cannon Ellison, who will be on the mound tonight, is also an Evangel football commit. Jackson Overstreet is going to Three Rivers Community College, and Preston McCracken is going to go to Missouri State. So they are jam-packed full. Not only welcome to Wildcat fans, but welcome to the Republic Tiger fans that might be hearing us tonight. Our old buddy Dave Brazil is kind enough to push our link out so you all can watch the ball game as well. What you see are the Republic Tigers. They're going out on the field right now, and they're going to start warming up. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube, the Tire and Auto Center here in Neosho. We're excited to get things going, but we're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be right back. We'll have keys to the Cats, we'll have starting lineups, and much, much more. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Hello, everybody in Republic.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future, one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says, "You have not because you ask not." Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake. Hi, I'm Pastor Mike of Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a minute to share grace with you today. And what is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something that you don't deserve. I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God has made a way for me to have one by His grace. Titus 2 says the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Have you accepted that gift of grace? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to take 30 seconds today to encourage you to pray. Because our prayers have the power to move heaven. James 5 says the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. When we pray, God listens. When we pray, situations can change. When we pray, miracles can happen. And heaven moves on our behalf, simply because we pray. Take some time today and pray. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
Hi, I'm Barry. Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
And welcome back to Roy B. Schaefer Stadium in the Marion Family Sports Complex in Neosho, Missouri. The Neosho Wildcats getting ready to take on the Tigers from Republic. Republic historically has scored about 7.3 runs per game, and they give up 6.6. They lost 10 seniors to graduation last year in a season that was 18-15. They've got 3 returning starters from last year. But I bet you they're coming in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulders, and understandably, the Wildcats were able to take them out in the first preliminary round of the District 6, Class 6 last year by a score of 2-1. And knowing the coaches over there the way that I know the coaches for Republic, they have not forgotten that, and they've still probably got that taste in their mouth. So expect the Republic to come out with a pretty good little chip on their shoulders. So, Matt, I think the Cats have got their work cut out for them.
Well, yeah, they're looking pretty good out there right now warming up, as you guys can see.
Yeah, they are. They're looking good. The Cats, on the other hand, are coming in with a record of 14-6. They're 3-3 in the COC as well. Got beat Tuesday night by Joplin 6-2 in a ball game that was 1-2 all the way through to the 5th inning. We've lost 4 out of the last 5 ball games, so they're primed to set the ship right tonight. Now, on the other side, a side note, Kickapoo, who beat the Cats, turned around last week, and they beat Ozark by a score of 12-3. Matt, that tells you that just about anything can happen in baseball, can't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that puts the Cats, they're just percentage points below. They're actually in 3rd place as far as district playoff is concerned. They're behind Ozark and Nixa. So a win tonight would go a long ways towards getting us right back up there where we'd like to be. Right below us, of course, is Republic, and then Kickapoo is coming right along as well. They've got the same type of win-loss record, only I think they're 11-10 instead of 11-9. Tuesday night, the Cats go to Carthage, and we'll play on that brand new baseball field over there. They beat Webb City last night by a score of 3-2. And then we're back home again, and we face the always tough Willard team, the Willard Tigers. The thing about the COC, Matt, is if you don't know the name of the team, if you call them the Tigers, you've got an 85% chance of being right.
That was just crossing my mind. How many Tigers have we played already?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we do. Hey, you're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be back with keys for the Cats, and then we'll have the starting lineup, and we'll get this ball game underway. We'll be right back.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose.
A swimmer was caught in a strong current and close to drowning. Suddenly, a life jacket was thrown within reach. He grabbed the life jacket and it saved his life. Sometimes we feel like we're drowning in the problems of life. Maybe it's financial, marital, or job related. Where can we find hope? Jesus is our rescuer and wants us to reach out to him. Learn more. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real billion-dollar community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Welcome back. John Ball, Matt Ball here at the Roy B. Schaefer Stadium. We're going to kick this segment off with Keys for the Cats. Keys for the Cats is sponsored by State Farm agent Eric Norris in Neosho, located at 437 West Kohler Street in Neosho. Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. Learn more at ericnorrisinsurance.com or by phone at 417-451-6666. Let's go Wildcats.
All right, thank you, Matt. The keys for the Cats. We start by spelling the word cat, and C stands for create chaos. The Cats have uncharacteristically not been hitting the ball during this little down stint that we're in. Van Sluis the other night was able to get on base at Joplin and came around to score. So we know how to do that. We just need to get back into taking care of business the way we know how. We are still a very good ball club. We know how to win. Let's go out tonight and let's get on base. Let's disrupt the pitcher and put pressure on the defense. A stands for attack at the plate. Our discipline at the plate has made a huge difference for us. Let's try to do that again tonight. Let's win in the free pass game, as Coach Kilgore would say. Let's get on base any way we possibly can and get around to score. T stands for take care of the pitcher. We are continuing to play great defense, and the double play ball is a pitcher's best friend. Our baseball IQ is what has set us up from the very beginning. Let's use it tonight, and let's again take care of business. And S stands for stay in the moment. Tonight, let's look at this ball game. Let's don't look ahead. Talking with Coach Kilgore a while ago, he made mention of that. We need to pay attention to this ball game, not worry about next Tuesday night, not worry about next Thursday night, but let's make sure that we focus on beating Republic, and let's right the ship right here and now. And the way we do that, Matt, is score, score, score.
Yeah, rattle them bats.
You bet. We want to rattle the bats, and it looks like we're going to be ready to go here in just a few minutes. As we said, if you look out across there, straight into right field over on the other side of the hill, and I'm not sure how far away that is.
There's no telling.
Looks like rain.
It does.
And sure then if you look across Interstate 49 the other way, it kind of looks like rain too. Coaches are out at home plate, and they are visiting with the umpires about what's going on. So let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll come back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us, it's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Welcome back to Roy B. Shaver Stadium. John Ball, Matt Ball with you. We're getting ready to get this ball game underway, but let's start out with the starting lineups. For the visiting Republic Tigers, coached by Kurt Plattner, they have a record of 11-9. They start off with their big gun from last year, number 2, Ryder Davis. He also plays shortstop, had over .318 batting average from last year. In the 2 spot is the second baseman, Brandon Overstreet. In the 3 spot is the right fielder, Jackson Overstreet, who is also a commit to play ball in college. He's followed by Isaac White, who's another one that is a commit to play ball further in college. The third baseman is Pearson McCracken. Then it is Nolan Langley, who is the catcher tonight. Cannon Ellison, number 1, is the pitcher. He bats in the 7th position. Ryder Smith plays left field, and he bats in the 8th position. And number 9 is Mason Fleetwood. He plays in center field. Now for your Neosho Wildcats. Start off with the speedster, the senior center fielder, and that is Finn Versluis. Jaden Nichols will be playing third base. He's followed by Canton Smith, the catcher, and Drake Jennings, the sophomore left fielder, is batting in the 4 spot. He's followed by Lim McInturf, who is the designated hitter. Brody Crane will be on the mound for the Cats tonight. He's followed by Jaden Fisher, the second baseman. Hudson Williams, the shortstop, and Alex Rodriguez will be playing in right field. Brody Arthur will be the flex player for the Cats, and he'll be playing first base. We're getting the announcements underway of who was playing what position, and we will be ready to start this ball game right after we honor our country with the national anthem. It's just a little bit overcast. I think at the beginning of the ball game, the temperature is right at 72, 73 degrees, and we'll be ready to get this ball game going. Now, as you remember, Brody did not have the best outing in the world when we went to Ozark and had a little bit of control issues. I feel very confident that those are taken care of. He feels very comfortable with the defense that is going to be backing him up. So we're going to see a ball game that is going to be a great start for the Cats, and we will get going here in just a few minutes. The PA announcer is announcing everybody, and here comes the rest of the Republic Tigers out on the field. And now it's going to be the Neosho Wildcats.
And now your lineup for your Neosho Wildcats. Starting in center field, number 24, Finn Versluis.
Versluis was the one that had the hit the other night in Joplin and came on around to score. If we can get him on base, there's a good chance that we've got a victory coming our way. Canton Smith, the Bulldog, is catching. He continues to catch all year round, even though he's been beat up pretty good. Greg Jennings, the sophomore, will be in left field. Liam McInturf, who plays first base. He's got a little bit of pitching, but he's been a designated hitter. And then on the mound for the Cats, as we said, number 4, Brody Crane. Jaden Fisher, probably the most consistent hitter we've got in the ball club, will be play second base. Hudson Williams is the man that anchors down the double play ball. He played third base last year. And Alex Rodriguez is in right field.
Playing first base, number 22, Brody Arthur.
Now, Brody Arthur, who pitches as well, will be at first base. He's played outfield a little bit as well. And we're ready to play the national anthem, so we'll honor our country, then we'll get this ball game underway. And just like that, after honoring our great country, we're ready to get this ball game underway. Brody Crane on the mound for the Cats. He boasts of a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. We know that because we were right there by the speed gun when we were at Ozark and watched him pitch.
Absolutely. That was fun. We ought to get one of those things of our own.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? We really should. He probably is going to start from the stretch, as in most of Neosho's pitchers do. Very few of them wind up anymore with whether there's runners on base or not. Coach Bo Hessel, who was coach here last year, now coaching over at Republic, steps over to speak to Brody Arthur, who is playing first base. Was glad to see Bo. We didn't catch up with him for a few minutes before the ball game started, and seems like he's doing real well, and we wish him the very best. Coach Plattner is going over to third base. And we will expect Ryder Davis to step in. I believe he probably will step in and bat from the left-hand side of the plate. The sky out there looks pretty ominous. I would suggest if you come out here tonight that you bring an umbrella with you. You may very well need it, but this may just blow right on over to you. You never know. Looked like there was going to be some real foul weather come in tomorrow, but it may start at 2 or so in the morning, and be out of here by about 4 o'clock or so. We're ready to get the ball game underway.
Slowly trying to make its way here, looks like.
Yeah, it is. Slowly trying to make its way here, and here we go. We're ready to get this ball game underway.
Let's get some ball game going.
4:30 start time, and as we said, here we go. And Davis steps in from the right-hand side of the plate, and he gets ready. Arthur looks over at Crane, kind of gives him a little reassurance look. Crane from the stretch. Here comes the first pitch. And there's a call, strike one on the inside corner. So it's a good start for the Cats. Always a good start when you start off with a strike, isn't it, Matt?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it just builds from there.
It does. Crane looks down. Here comes the next pitch underway. There's call, strike two. That one's on the outside corner. So real quickly, he is ahead of the batter, Ryder Davis, the shortstop. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the third pitch from Crane, and got him. Strike three.
Looking.
So there's the first out. Here's Brendan Overstreet, the second baseman. So one down, top half of the first inning. If you're just joining us, we're glad to. Hopefully we can break up your afternoon just a little bit and watch the Cats. And there's the first pitch. That's a called strike. So Brody Crane starts off with 4 strikes. We know he has the ability to do that. He struck out 14 when they were in Florida. Here comes the next pitch. That's a little bit high and outside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Overstreet's all the way back in the back of the batter's box. There's the next pitch. Call strike two. Crane takes a deep breath. Here comes his next pitch, and that got him. Strike 3. So 2 up and 2 down, and Brody Crane has got the first 2 batters. Ball goes around the horn, gets back over to Jade Nichols. He goes over and gives Brody the ball and said, let's go get him. Here's Jackson Overstreet. He is another commit to go play college ball. There's a ball on the outside, a little bit high. Crane looks down, takes a deep breath. Here it comes from the stretch. There's call strike 1. That evens the count at 1-1. There's 2 outs, top half of the first inning, and the umbrellas are starting to go up just a little bit. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's outside for a ball. So we've got 2 balls and a strike. There's 2 outs, top half of the first inning. Here comes the next pitch from Arthur. That one's fouled off, goes right back into the up high on the backstop. And we've got an even count at 2-2. Crane looks down. Here comes the pitch. And there's a hard hit ball right over the top of Jaden Fisher. Picked up in center field by Rodriguez. But Jackson Overstreet has a base hit. Here's the designated hitter, Isaac White. There's a high fly picked up by Crane, and that'll retire the side. So there was a runner left on first base, but after 1/2 inning of play, the score is 0-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Well, we're back here at Roy B. Schaefer. I'd like to just thank some of our sponsors here. Calvary Baptist, Neosho Daily News, Crowder College, State Farm Eric Norris, of course, Joe Ring staff, First Will Free Baptist Church.
On the mound for the Tigers is Cannon Ellison. He's a southpaw. He gets the ball down, and the ball's thrown down to second base. And we'll be ready to get this ball game underway. Opening up for the Cats will be the center fielder, Finn Versluis.
Leading off for your Neosho Wildcats, number 24, Finn Versluis.
I saw Finn before the ball game. He's ready for this one. He's like the rest of these cats. He's ready to right the ship and get the nasty taste out of our mouth, losing 4 of the last 5. Here comes the first pitch from Ellison, and there's a strike on the outside corner. Here comes the next pitch underway, and that ball bounced up and hit him, but I believe that's okay. That's going to even the count at 1-1. And it looks like more umbrellas are coming out, but the ball game is underway. There's no lightning, no thunder, so there's a swung on strike 2. Versluis has got a ball and 2 strikes, but we've seen him in the past do his best work with 2 strikes. And there's a hard hit ball, and that ball is going, and it's caught by the center fielder.
Well, that was a great catch.
Nice catch by Mason Fleetwood.
Yeah.
So there's the first out. Here's Nichols. Jaden steps in there, and there's a high. It's going to be a can of corn. Second baseman is calling for it, and he makes the play. So just like that, there's 2 outs. And here comes Canton Smith, the catcher. Canton Smith, Drake Jennings, and then Liam McInturf. If we keep the inning going. Canton steps in, and there's the first one. He looked like he wanted to swing at it, but he thought better, and it got right past the catcher for ball 1. Here comes the next pitch underway from Elston. That's high for ball 2. Elston is going to Evangel College on a football scholarship. There's a first strike for that strike 1 on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs on Canton Smith, the catcher. And there is a hard hit ball for center fielder Mason Fleetwood. Had to come in and make the catch, but he makes it, and that retires the side. So after 1 inning of play, the score is Neosho Wildcats 0 and the Republic Tigers 0. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Well, we did get 1 inning in, and the rain is starting to come down pretty hard, and the umpires thought better of it and said, well, let's get inside for just a minute or 2 and see if this is going to move right on through. Most of the fans that are out there, umbrellas or not, are either heading back here or heading to their vehicles, but there's a empty field. First inning was a pretty good inning for both pitchers. It was 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats, and Kenton Ellison does a nice job of about 4 pitches in the inning. Brody Crane turned around in his half of the inning, and he threw 4 straight strikes. He ended up with 2 strikeouts. Jackson Overstreet, right fielder, was able to knock the ball just over Jaden Fisher's head into right field for a hit. And then it was a matter of Isaac White, the designated hitter, coming in, and a can of corn that went up, and Brody Crane was waiting right there for it. So we are going to take time out here for just a few minutes. We will continue to be here, and we'll see if this storm passes on through, but I'd say the chances of that are reasonably slim. So you're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
We all have those days where we don't want to get up. But when we have true discipline and choose to rise up, we become the best version of ourselves. To start your journey today, visit risefitnesscenter.com.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho, and I want to give you some encouragement today. None of us are perfect, but sometimes we feel like we have messed our lives up so badly that even God can't fix us or help us. I want to assure you that's not the case. In Romans 8:28, we read that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. That means that God can even use your mistakes to do good in your life. I want to encourage you to trust God and let Him give you peace about your past, a purpose in your present, and hope for your future. With KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
My name's Pastor James for the Neosho Church of the Nazarene. Just have a privilege here to share with you a word of encouragement today. You know, in the world in which we live, people are always making plans. We're trying to navigate through life, and sometimes life can be kind of complicated and rather layered as we're trying to figure out direction and trajectory and all of these things. But the Bible tells us to commit all of our plans to the Lord, to trust in the Lord with all our heart, to lean not on our own understanding, to acknowledge Him in all our ways, and He will make our path straight. I'm a firm believer that the Lord has incredible plans for our lives, and so many times we deviate from those because we get to chasing after all of these other things that are out there in the world. The Bible tells us that before we were even born, that the Lord had things that He wanted our lives to accomplish. And so I would just encourage all of you today, and I don't think it's by accident that you've stumbled across this video, and I would just encourage you to seek the Lord, to lean in and to find out what He has for your life, because I promise you that will be the best life that you could live. May the Lord bless you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 417-451-4244 or in Arkansas, 479-431-5226. Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
And welcome back to Roy B. Shaver Stadium in the Marion Family Complex, a wet Roy B. Shaver Stadium, Matt, and does not look like this storm is going to give up anytime soon. We thought maybe we saw a little bit of lightning back behind us, but maybe that's what stopped the ball game, but it's coming down pretty hard, and the umpires, and rightfully so, we sure don't want to get anybody hurt. The other problem is we're getting right into the midst of the COC, and we've already got one ball game that we've got to make up with Lebanon. If we don't finish this ball game, that would be another game that we've got to make up at some time or another, whether it be a Wednesday or a Friday or whatever. Next week we've got 2 ball games that are of COC consequences. One of them is with Carthage on Tuesday night. We'll be going over to Carthage to their new ball club, their ball field over there, and we'll see Coach Kevin Berge and his team, which, by the way, beat Webb City the other night by a score of 2-1. Yeah, looks like over behind us, the people in the soccer field are getting off the field as well. And it's going to be just a little while. We looked at the radar, and the radar said that it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, as in 7 o'clock or after. And I guess we'll hang around here for just a little while, and we'll see just exactly what the Cats and the Republic Tigers are going to do. But, Matt, this is a challenging game as far as district playoff is concerned. Now that we've got Republic that is 11-9, and we talked about Kickapoo being 11-10 below the Cats. The Cats are still over 70% as far as wins are concerned. Their record is 14-6. So is there a chance that we can still win the district? Yeah, there's a good chance that we can win the district. In fact, we could sure win the COC because it is so tight. And the COC is much like the SEC in college. There are so many good teams involved in the COC that unfortunately they cannibalize themselves. And that's exactly what we could see when we get ready to go to Glendale the middle of next month when we have our district playoffs. Any one of the teams in that district would have an opportunity to win it and go on to state, but unfortunately, there's only one that can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's sure.
And historically, you know, we have 2 seasons, and it depends on what your goals are for the year, but to be able to win the COC and district would be really, really great. But some of the coaches think that if we can prime up and get ready to peak out just as district playoff begins, which the Cats did last year, by the way, and that allowed them to come in and play some really good baseball towards the end of the season. And as we said earlier, they beat Republic in the first round of district playoffs last year 2-1. So we're going to take a couple of more timeouts, and we'll thank some more of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, and we'll have a chance to have a reasonably good idea. I don't believe that there is any lightning or anything going on. I think it's just whether the players and the umpires want to contend with the rain pelleting down the way they are. I don't think even at this point you could say it's a gentle rain.
No, it's coming in. It's pouring.
Yeah, it is. And if you look over across I-49, from what we can see back in the south, it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime
No,
soon.
No, it does not.
But we're going to thank some more of our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. You are watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be back.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics, located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
You found it, the ultimate car wash, the one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 psi of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
And welcome back to the Roy B. Schaefer Stadium in the Marion Family Complex. As you can see, and probably if you're at home, you can feel it raining. Looks like it might be lightening up just a little bit, but we're going to just leave this screen on right now, and we'll wait just a little bit, and we'll see just exactly how long. Question was asked a minute ago, and I don't know the answer to it, is if there's lightning, how long do you have to wait for the lightning to get out of the way? But I don't think there's been any lightning, Matt. I think we'll see, and probably within the next 20 to 30 minutes we'll have an idea if this ball game is going to continue. Now, some of the Republic players are coming over to the concession stand, so the concession stand ought to be doing pretty well. And maybe they're JV players, but they're walking just exactly like it's not an issue. And here comes Coach Plattner out of the Republic dugout, and he's going to walk over here. Well, let's hang on for just a minute or two, and let's see if we can get an idea. No, he's over there talking to some fans. We're going to hang on right here. We will leave this screen up, and once the ball game gets started again, we'll be right here with you. Yeoman's Business, so far, they've sold all kinds of crackers and pretzels and all kinds of stuff. Now they're down to nachos and cheese. And I think we'll get this ball game underway. And there you see the Republic Tigers, and they're taking a run out there. And I think it was a matter of, did we want to get everybody out and get them warmed up until we were sure that it was out of the way? So we'll get this ball game underway in just a few minutes. We'll tell you that we have one inning of play in case you're just joining us. And Neosho Wildcats with Brody Crane on the mound are the home team. He had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. He gave up a single to Jackson Overstreet and then a pop fly, so he caught that one. He just pretty much retired the side himself. The Cats came up, and Cannon Elson is on the mound for them, and he got 2 fly balls to center field and 1 to the second baseman. And there's no score, and that's where we are at this point. So we will be getting this ball game underway in just a few minutes. But, Matt, let's kind of run down some things just to kind of let everybody know where we're at. Republic comes in with a record of 11-9. They're 3-3 in the COC. They beat Webb City on Tuesday night by a score of 13-1. They're coached by Kurt Plattner, and he is in his 15th year. They're led by a group of seniors that they graduated 10 seniors last year from a team that was 18-15, and they're in here tonight reminding Neosho that Neosho ended their season last year as the Cats faced them in the preliminary round of the Class 6 District 6 playoffs, and they beat them by a score of 2-1. So they certainly are looking for some payback. The Cats are coming in with a record of 14-6. We're 3-3 in the COC as well. We got beat the other night in Joplin by the score of 6-2. We have lost 4 out of the last 5, but this Cat Ball Club is primed to right the ship, and they'd like to do it tonight. On a sideline, as far as district playoff is concerned now, the Cats are actually in 3rd place now by just a few percentage points, but we're seeing a couple of teams, namely this Republic team and Ozark. They are right behind us, and they're picking up. Kickapoo. Kickapoo beat Ozark the other night by a score of 13-3. So things are tightening up. It looks like right now Ozark would be the number 1 seed, Nixa would probably be the number 2, and the Cats would be the number 3 seed. And, of course, that district playoff will be in Glendale in Springfield, and that'll start about the middle of next month. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats, and I guess this is kind of a rain-delayed pregame. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back to get this ball game underway. Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
You found it, the ultimate car wash, the one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 psi of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationship.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do. And for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. And if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
The Oxford Dictionary defines mercy as compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone who should rightfully be punished. Billy Graham talked about the mercy that freed him from a punishment he deserved.
I deserve the wrath of God. I'm a sinner. I deserve judgment in hell, but I'm not going to spend one day in hell. Not because I have preached to people or because I've read the Bible or because I go to church.
But if it's not good works that spare us from punishment, what does?
Jesus was enduring the wrath of God that you and I deserve. It's because of Jesus on the cross.
Now, it's up to you to accept the mercy that Jesus Christ offers. He's alive today, and you can know him personally, and we can help. Call us at 855-255-PRAY, 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
All Wildcats all the time. Check out Neosho Wildcats' dedicated video portal on kneo.org. It's the site dedicated completely to your Neosho Wildcats. Watch the games live and see the upcoming game schedule on KNEO Wildcat Neosho portal at www.kneo.org. Welcome back to Roy B. Schaefer Stadium, and we're going to get this ball game going. You can see there's some activity out in the field, and the thing we want to do now is make sure that everybody gets warmed up real good, because we certainly don't want anybody hurt, and sitting in the dugout or locker room, whichever it may be, can sure stove you up a little bit, and we certainly don't want anyone hurt, do we, Matt?
No, and that would do it.
Yeah.
If you're not warmed up, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. And when we come back, it will be the top half of the second inning. Preston McCracken, the third baseman, then Nolan Langley, the catcher, and the pitcher, Cannon Elston, will be up to bat, and they'll be facing Brody Arthur, who threw 4 straight strikes and on the way to getting 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Nobody has taken the infield yet. We're just kind of throwing the ball back and forth. Now there's a couple of guys they're at second base, and ground balls are being hit, and they're making the throw over to first base. Republic is coming on, and Plortner is certainly proud of his ball club with what they've done up to this point. He had said earlier in the year, with losing the 10 seniors that he lost, it was going to be an interesting challenge, but they certainly have come on as of late, and right now they sit in the 4th seed for the district playoffs. As we said a little while ago, that we will get underway at Glendale about halfway through the month of May. Looks like they're still kind of warming up a little bit. The Cats are out there, and they're catching some fly balls, and they're not taking anything other than that, but they're warming up. So we're going to take another time out, and we'll be back. You are watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network, and we'll be right back after this.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They're located in their offices at 811 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or go online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. Go Cats!
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats! We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
At the Hillcrest Church of Christ, we're striving to be His own people, eager to do what is good. Join us for worship at 10 and 6 Sundays, and for class Sunday morning at 9 and Wednesday evening at 7. You're sure to find a warm welcome and friendly people seeking to please God according to His Word. Wildcats, join us every Tuesday morning before school for Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. Learn more about the Hillcrest Church of Christ at neoshochurchofchrist.org.
The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the 4-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma, and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Fawcett Greenhouse at 898 Baxter Street in Neosho is a proud supporter of Neosho sports. Springtime brings growing season and baseball to the Neosho area, and Fawcett Greenhouse supports all Neosho spring sports and wants to wish all Wildcats good luck for a happy and safe season of competition. Fawcett Greenhouse can supply you with all your home landscaping and gardening needs. For more information, the number is 417-451-5369 or FawcettGreenhouse.com. Hi,
I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says you have not because you ask not. Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And welcome back to the Shavers Field, and you can see there's a lot of activity out there. The Cats are warming up over on the third base side, and Brody Arthur, the first baseman, is using third base as a base, and ground balls are being hit to the infield for the sake of getting this ball game going. And over on the other side, we've got the Republic Tigers, and they were doing just the same thing. Balls were being hit to their infield, and they had the first baseman on. When we get ready to start this ball game back, it will be the top half of the second inning. And it will be Preston McCracken, the third baseman. Then it'll be Nolan Lashley, the second baseman, or the catcher. And then the pitcher, Cannon Ellison, will be up. He's a left-hander, so we'll see him batting from the left-hand side. Cats are continuing to take a few warm-ups as well as Ozark, and I'm assuming that we will get this ball game underway in just a minute or two. The umpires are out there. They're kind of stretching, and they're getting ready to get this ball game underway, so we will take another timeout. We'll just leave the screen up, and you'll be able to see just as soon as warm-ups are over with, and we will get the second inning of this ball game underway. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future, one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
People's Bank of Seneca, we care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, we've dedicated to providing excellent customer service across the four-state area, ensuring that every experience is exceptional. Visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. Learn more at peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
In the bottom half of the second inning, it'll be Jennings, McInturf, and Crane. We've got more folks kind of drumbling in as the ball game keeps going, and the sun is back out again.
That's right.
So, it looks to me like the rain is over with, so you've still got plenty of time to get out here and watch the rest of this ball game, because I believe it's going to be a good one.
Well, it's done raining for now.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. The left-hander, Cannon Ellison, is on the mound for Republic. He threw 9 pitches in the first inning, whereas Crane threw 13. And he's taking the rest of his warm-up pitches, and there's the ball that goes down to second base. Jake Jennings, the left fielder, wears number 13 on his back. He's ready to step in, and we're getting ready to...
Boy, it'd be good to get a good rally right here.
Good rally right here, you better believe it. This is the place for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jennings, McInturf, and Crane. Here's the first pitch, and it's a ball high and outside. People are continuing to come in, and the sun's out again, and there's a call, strike one. The lights are on because we're not sure when the sun is going to go down if it does, and we want to give everybody an equal opportunity. There's the next pitch from Ellison, and that is high and outside for ball 2. And Field is playing back, and Jennings takes a cut at that one and fouls it off back. Evens the count at 2-2. It is McCracken, Davis, Overstreet, and there is a hard hit ball out to center field. Center fielder's over, and he's got the play. First baseman for the Republic is Murray. Lachey behind the plate, and there's the first pitch to McInturf. It's outside for a ball. McInturf had a single right up between third and shortstop in the 7th inning of the ball game the other night, and he looks at a call strike. He had one of the 3 hits in the ball game against Joplin. Here comes Ellison's next pitch, and that's took something off of that, a little curveball that dropped in for strike 2. McInturf hits that one, and it's a high drive. Second baseman is over making the cover and making the play. So far, it's been all the center fielder and the second baseman for the Republic defense.
Sure has been.
Here's Brody Crane. He has the same opportunity that Ellison had in the last inning, and that is to help himself out. Here comes the first pitch, and Brody swings through for strike 1. There's a little off-speed curveball. Fisher, Williams, and Rodriguez, if we get that far in the inning. Here comes the next pitch from Ellison. And he hits that all the way to the shortstop. Shortstop backhands it, and he makes the play over to first base. So we have a 6-3 ground out, and the Cats are down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base after 2 innings of play. We're knotted up at 0. Neosho Wildcats 0 and Republic Tigers 0. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Overstreet, and White, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up for Republic. It is the top half of the 3rd inning, and there's no score. Brody Crane has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings so far. He's allowed a couple of people to get on base, but there's ball 1, low and outside. He's walked 2 and he's given up 2 hits, but has been able to stop anything the Republic might have going. And there's another one that is low for ball 2. looks down, takes a big deep breath, and there's a pitch, and that's in there for call strike one. Crane deals, and there's a high foul ball that Arthur is giving chase, and he makes the catch for the first out.
Well done. Well done.
Here's Jackson Overstreet. He had a single in that first inning and then was stranded at first base. Arthur looks down at Canton Smith. Here comes the first pitch, and that's low for a ball. Overstreet steps in, wiggles the bat, and there's another pitch, and it's a little bit high for a ball. Overstreet will be playing at Three Rivers Community College next year. And there's a call strike on the inside corner. Crane working a little bit faster now. Here comes the next pitch. And that one got away from Canton, but there's nobody on base, so no harm, no foul. 3 balls and a strike. There is 1 out. We're in the top half of the third inning. No score in the ball game. Thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. We'll get this ball game going underway. We had quite a little. There's call strike 2. I'm thinking just a few minutes ago that it was. We stopped about 4:45 and we started back up about 7, so it's quite a little rain delay. But we're glad to be able to get this ball game in. There's a foul ball that goes back onto the soccer field. You still got plenty of time to get out here. If you're watching us, you can come on out. It's a great, great night for baseball now. And there is another one that is going to go right back out on the soccer field as well. And there's a Ozark player that is, Republic player that is going over there to pick up both of those foul balls. Crane looks down, full count, and there's ball 4. So Overstreet's gotten on base twice, once with a base hit and once with base on balls. Here's a designated hitter, Isaac White. White flied out to Crane in the first inning. White steps in, holds his hand up for a minute. Now he gets ready. Here comes the first pitch, and that's fouled off for strike 1. Jackson Overstreet is over on first base by way of a walk. Coach Kilgore said one of the things we've got to do, and there's a swung on, and it's a fair ball, and it's over to second base for the out. Nice job by Jaden Nichols that time to backhand that ball and turn around and get it over to second base for the 4th. So we got the lead runner, and White is on first base by way of a fielder's choice. Coach Kilgore was telling me one of the things the Cats have got to do is we've got to win the free pass, and that's what he calls it, base on balls. We've got to win the free pass game. Here's McCracken. He had a base hit his first time up and was stranded at third. Waiting for he and Canton to get ready, and there's the first pitch, and it got past Canton. And a wild pitch, and White is on second. And Brody want to have a little conference over that. That's about the third one of those that's either been a wild pitch or a passed ball. But we get the runner out here, and there's no harm. Preston McCracken steps in. There's the next pitch, and it's low for a ball. It makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, top half of the 3rd inning. No score in the ball game. Glad to have you with us tonight. We're at Roy Shaver Stadium, and the rain has gone through, and we're going to get this ball game in. There's the next pitch, and that is a ground ball over to Jaden. Jaden gets it over to Brody Arthur for the out. So the 5-3, and there's the 3rd out to retire the side. After 2.5 innings of play, the score is still 0-0, and the Wildcats are coming up. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Fisher, Williams, and Rodriguez, bottom half of the 3rd inning from Roy B. Shafer Stadium. John Ball, Matt Ball, glad to have you with us in a rain-delayed ball game, whereas there's still no score. It's been a pitcher's duel up to this point. Cats have allowed a couple of free passes, and Republic has had 4 people stranded on base so far, but no score in the ball game.
Got a double rainbow out here.
Yeah, we sure do, don't we? Yeah, there is a double rainbow out there. I'm not sure what that's a sign of. But,
well, I can't tell you that, but it's sure there.
Yes, it is, and it is a beautiful sight. And it really is. Here is Jaden Fisher.
People still shuffling in.
Yeah, they are. They're still coming in, and it's a great, great ball game. So we're glad to have you with us. Here's Jaden. He's known for hitting the ball line shot, and he's going to get his licks in. There's the first pitch. It's inside for a ball. How many pitches Ellison throw, Matt?
21.
21 pitches. Here comes the next one, and that curves in for a ball and for a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. And Ellison on the mound for the Republic Tigers. Winds, and there's the pitch, and there is a hard hit ball by Jaden, and it is caught. So Cats are hitting the ball, but right at somebody, and that one was to the left fielder, Ryder Smith.
For you in Republic listening to us, we can't really see left field because of the dugout. So
yeah, we cannot. That's true. Here comes the first pitch, and I believe that was a ball. Looked like it may have hit him, but umpire calls it ball 1. It's Hudson Williams, the shortstop. Alex Rodriguez will be next, and it's the top of the batting order. Hudson gets his cut at that one, and he fouls it off, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Steps back in, twirls that bat around. Here comes Ellison's next pitch, and he took something off of that, and it was high and did not drop for ball 2. Pretty good little opening between right and center field. And Hudson hits that ball, and it's going to be fouled out of play over to past first base. It evens the count at 2-2. took something off of that one as well, and that ball didn't curve or drop either one, so that makes a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Hudson Williams. Here's the next pitch, and he fouls that one right back into the backstop. So we'll do her again. Alex Rodriguez is up next, and it's the top of the batting order for the Cats. Hudson twirls at bat. He's got that open stance, and there was a hard hit ball. He had the right idea. He was trying to hit it down the first baseline. It was just about 2 feet foul. Right fielder gets over and fields the ball and gets it back in to Ellison.
Well, there's just balls flying everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, there really is. Well, with a wet field like that, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of dry balls. And we'll start again. Here it comes. And Hudson fouls that one off. So he's hanging in there, and he's watching. He told us the other night when he hit the grand slam, he's not particularly pleased with the way he's hitting the ball. And I saw him really concentrating on it pregame. And there's ball 4. But he also knows the value of base runners, so he's on first base with a walk, and here's Alex Rodriguez.
Now back to number 9, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex has done a little bit of everything. He plays right field. He DHs, but more than anything else against Pea Ridge, he had 14 strikeouts. There's the first pitch, and it is swung on, and it's popped up to the shortstop. Shortstop is over under it and makes the play. So there's the second out.
Boy, a base hit would do us good right now.
Base hit would do us real good. Here's Finn Versluis. He flied out to the center fielder his first time up. He steps in. Ellison gets ready, looks over at first base. And here comes the first pitch. And it gets away from the catcher, and Hudson Williams goes down to second base swimmingly. You like that swimmingly?
Yeah.
And that means he was standing up. So runner on second for the Cats. There's 2 outs. Now a base hit with Hudson's speed would give us a score, I believe. And there's another ball inside. The sun is out to the point that
it's bright.
It's very bright. It's bright on
can't see anything
Hudson,
out there.
and it's bright on the fielders. The right fielder is holding his hand up as well, and the first baseman is holding his hand up. There's ball 3 or ball 2.
The pitcher might be having the same problem.
Yeah, 2 balls and a strike on Finn Versluis. Jaden Nichols will be up next, and then Canton Smith after that. Here comes the next pitch from Ellison. That's swung on, and it's fouled down the third base line. Evens the count at 2-2. Ellison looks down. He pitches from the stretch. Here it comes. Versluis pops it. It's a fair ball, and Cats are going to pick up at least one, and Versluis is going to go into second base.
Hot dog.
Yeah, the Cats pick up a run. Nice piece of hitting by Versluis to knock that ball right down the third baseline, and he gets to second base. Here's Jaden. Cats score first. It's always a big help, and that ball couldn't have been. It was just right over the top.
Caught. I really did. I thought it got caught right there.
It was right over the top of third base. Big opening between first and second as the second baseman is over trying to keep Versluis where he is, and there's called strike 1. Finn's one of those guys that his reputation gets around fast, and they know that he's he's got some speed, so the second baseman's trying to keep him as close as possible. And there's a hard hit ball, and that is going to be an easy play for us to get in, and for Sluice gets around to third base. Oh, no.
There's no way he was out.
Oh my. So Nichols is out 4-3, and that's going to retire the side, but the Cats get started, and Coach Kilgore is out there, and he is discussing it.
I don't
and
blame
right
him.
now, Jaden Nichols is still standing on second base.
On first.
Or first base, yeah. And there was a
Wow.
couple of different people. There was also Marcus Crawford was out there as well, talking with the base umpire. But the Cats pick up a run. So after 3 innings of play, Neosho is up 1-0 over the Republic Tigers. You're watching the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us, it's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Keep up with the latest Neosho broadcast ball game schedule by liking us on Facebook at facebook.com KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter or X at KNEO 91.7 Sports, or download the KNEO iPhone or Android app. You can also watch all the ball games and watch all the Wildcat broadcasts inside those apps. Download the KNEO iPhone Android app today. Top half of the fourth inning, the Cats drew blood first in the last inning on a couple of really nice hits and a walk. And we'll start off with Nolan Lashley, the catcher. He struck out his first time up, and there's the first pitch from Brody Crane. It's a ball. He looks down, working pretty fast. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, strike one. That evens the count at 1-1 on the catcher, Lashley. Crane just looks down, goes to the stretch, puts his head down, and there's another one called strike two. Caught the inside corner. There's the next pitch from Crane, and there's a high fly ball. Looks like it is going to be caught.
Yep.
And it is. Jennings makes the catch, so there is the first out. Here's Kenan Ellison, the pitcher. He got a base on balls and stole second his last time up. Crane looks down. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, strike one. Cats need to do it again. We need another 3 up, 3 down, and come back and let's score another run or two.
Yeah.
There's the next pitch, and that's swung on, strike two. So right now, Brody Crane has got the best of the pitcher's duels. No balls and 2 strikes as Ellison has swung through 2 of them. Crane with his head down, it's back up, and there's strike 3. Struck him out. So Ellison is down. That's 2 outs. Here's Ryder Smith. He's the right fielder, and he struck out his first time up. That is the 6th strikeout for Crane, and there's called strike one on the outside corner to the lefty. He looks down, and he is working fast. Here comes the next pitch underway. And that one's a little low and on the outside for ball one. Evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs, top half of the fourth inning. Cats up by a score of 1-0. Here comes the next pitch from Crane. There's call strike 2. Brody's already had a lot better outing today than he had his last time against Ozark. There's no doubt about it. And there's the next pitch. Got him. Strike 3. Sure did. And that was a curveball that just actually froze him. So after 3.5, the Cats are up by a score of 1-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
We're back. Welcome back to the Roy B. Schaefer Stadium. Bottom half of the fourth inning. It is the 3-4-5 and hitters Canton Smith, Drake Jennings, and Liam McInturf. Cats are up by a score of 1-0 due to a walk. Hudson Williams goes to second base, and then Mr. Versluis gets a double right over third base, and Hudson comes in to score.
It's time to be productive.
Canton's last time up in the first inning was a fly ball to center field. Ellison, the lefty out on the mound for Republic, and Canton looks like he's holding up for a bunt, pulls it back, and there's call strike 1. Canton couldn't believe that. I don't know who he's maddest at because he got framed there and just frozen. Here comes the next pitch from Ellison. And they're swung on. The bat went completely out of his hands. It went all the way back to the backstop, and you can hear some cat whistles coming out of the Wildcat dugout. And Canton's just kind of shaking his head up and down. So no balls and 2 strikes to the senior catcher for Neosho. Republic playing him pretty much straight out. Canton has the ability to hit the ball between first and second base if he gets the right pitch. And here comes the next pitch. And that's swung on, and that's a base hit right up the middle.
Hit. Here we go.
So Canton gets a base hit, and here's Drake Jennings.
Boston Patterson.
Boston Patterson is going to be the courtesy runner for Canton so he can come back and get his gear on. And probably we're picking up just a little bit of speed there as well. So good decision by the Cats. Boston steps out. And we'll see if we're going to test the arm. And there's a bunt, and it's going to foul ball that went way up high. Those kind of bunts you do not want. You want to lay the ball. They call it laying a bunt down. That was that could have been called. Jennings looks down at Coach Kilgore down on third base. Steps back in. Boston's got another step lead, and the ball goes back, but he's there in plenty of time. Ellison is a lefty, and he's looking right at first base. Boston jumping around a little bit, and there was a fake bunt. He pulled it back for a ball. That'll even the count at 1-1. McInturf, the designated hitter, is on deck, and then it's Brody Crane. Ellison looking over at first base, looks back up. Here comes the pitch, and there's a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes now on Drake Jennings. And there is a pop-up that looks like maybe the catcher's got, and he does for the out. So flight out to the catcher, and there's the first out. Here's McInturf. He flied out to the second baseman his first time up. He looks down at third base, wants to make sure that he's got the right signal. Patterson over on first base takes another little step off. See if that's enough to cause any problems. He backs back up. And there is a hard hit ball. That's going to be a single. And Boston goes to second base. So McInturf gets a single, and Patterson, running for Canton Smith, who singled, is at second base. Here's Brody Crane. There is one out, and it would be a shame not to pick up at least one run in the midst of all of that. We've got runners on first and second. Crane steps in, holds that bat way up high, and there's the first pitch. Almost got away from the catcher. It's in the dirt for a ball. Crane grounded 6-3 his first time up. Ellison's next pitch, and that's another ball low and inside for ball 2. Third baseman and first baseman are still playing back. It'd be a good time to catch them on their heels and pick up a bunt and run and move the runners. Here comes the next one. There's a swung on, and that's a fair ball, and we're gonna keep on going. And here comes Patterson. He's gonna score. McInturf gets back to second base in plenty of time.
Safe.
Cats pick up another hit, and the Cats are up by a score of 2-0.
Now batting, number 2, Jaden Fisher.
McInturf is on second. Crane is on first, and looks like we're going to have a
pinch runner.
Maybe a pinch runner, you bet, and that is number 10. And that pinch runner is another Patterson, Mr. Blaine Patterson. So one Patterson comes in as a pinch hitter, and he comes around and scores, and we're going to have another one on top of that. That is Arthur, that is going to second base for McInturf. So we've got the freshman Arthur on second base, and we got Blaine Patterson on first base. And here's Caden Fisher, who flied out to left field his first time up. Ellison looks back. Here comes the first pitch, and it's low for a ball. Catcher Lashley jumps out in front, thinking he's going to maybe stop some of these speedsters from running, but ball did not get away far enough. Elston looks back at second base. Here's the next pitch, and that's right in there for a call strike. Caught the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. There's one out. Runners on first and second. Cats have already scored one this inning. Here comes the next pitch, and that is a ball. So Ellison's having just a hair of control trouble all of a sudden, and he's given up 3 straight hits. Looks back at second base, and they're trying to get him, and Arthur's back in plenty of time. Shortstop snuck back behind him that time.
Yeah, he did.
Thinking that he's a freshman, they're Republicans seeing if they can't pull something over on the young freshman, but it sure didn't work. And that hits Fisher. So Fisher's on, and that loads the bases. And here's Hudson Williams. So Arthur's on third. Patterson is on second. Fisher is on first. There is one out. And here's Hudson Williams. Hudson got a base on balls and came around and scored on Versluis's hit in the last inning. There's the first pitch, and it's in there for call strike one. Hudson twirls that bat around. There's the next pitch, and that one's in there. That's a curveball. He took something off of it, and it dropped in for call strike two. A-Rod is up next. And that ball is high and inside for a ball. One out, a ball and two strikes, bases loaded. Hudson Williams, the senior shortstop, is up to bat. Here comes a pitch from Ellison. And that swung on, got him. Strike three. So that's the second out.
Well, we need a good line drive right here.
A line shot just between first and second base is going to score 2 runs for the Cats. And there's a call strike one. Fisher doing his little dance over there and going halfway to the base, thinking maybe that somebody's going to turn around and throw the ball. And there's a ball that is hit, and it's through the middle, and here comes one run in. Here we're going to get another run scored. And A-Rod picks up a base hit, and 2 more runs come in. And the Cats' decision to put some speedsters on the bases pays off.
We've got a Republic coach coming out to visit.
Yeah, he's going to come out and talk to his pitcher for just a minute. So far this inning, Elson's thrown a lot of pitches, but he's given up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. He's hit 1 batter, but he does have 1 strikeout, and there's 2 outs. Home plate umpire is over talking with Coach Keith Kilgore for just a minute, and things are taken care of out on the mound, and we will get going again. Top of the batting order. Here's Finn Versluis. Runners on first and second. Fisher is on second. Rodriguez is on first. Fisher got hit by a pitch, and he went to second base on that hit down third baseline. Versluis doubled into the left field corner his last time up. Ellison looks over at second base. Here comes a pitch, and it's high and outside for a ball. Cats have picked up 3 so far in this inning. There's 2 outs and runners on first and second. Here comes Ellison's next pitch, and Versluis swung on for strike 1. That evens a count at 1-1. Versluis looking down at Ellison. Now he steps back in, and here comes the next pitch, and that is high. Called strike 2. On the inside corner. I thought it was high and inside.
Well, it was.
Versluis started backing out, but it must have curved right in. So, a ball and 2 strikes. Ellison looking like he wants to throw the ball to second. Here comes a pitch, and there is a ball that is hit to shortstop, and it's caught by the third baseman. He jumps up and catches it for the last out. But the Cats do more damage. They pick up 3 on 4 hits. 4-0 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Fleetwood, Davis, and Overstreet in the top half of the 5th inning for the Republic Tigers as they look at a deficit of 4-0. Brody Crane on the mound for the Cats has been throwing strikes. He has 5, 6, 7 strikeouts so far in the ball game in 4 innings. Now there's a throw down to second base. And we'll go around the horn, come back to Jaden, and here we go. Nichols, Williams, Fisher, and Arthur on the infield for the Cats. Here is the center fielder, Fleetwood. He got a base on balls his first time up, and there's the first pitch, and it's low for a ball. There's a call strike on the outside corner. Cats are playing the infield at regular infield depth. Arthur is even with the bag, as is Jaden Nichols. There's the next pitch, and it's inside for a ball. Fisher and Williams are both almost back on the outfield turf. Comes the next pitch, and that's ball 3. 3-1's the count on Fleetwood. And here comes Arthur's next pitch, and that's high and outside for a ball. So Fleetwood draws his second base on balls. And here is Ryder Davis, who struck out twice.
Now batting, number 2, Ryder Davis.
Davis kind of scoops the batter's box around a little bit like it's dirt and it's going to come up, and it doesn't do that. Here comes Arthur's first pitch, and there's a call strike 1. Arthur over on first base, Crane looking down that way. The runner's off just a little bit, and there's the next pitch, and that is swung on, and it's a foul ball. So there are no balls and 2 strikes on the senior shortstop, Ryder Davis. And a throw back over to first base. Fleetwood's back in plenty of time.
Man, that kid is fast. He is so quick.
He is. Arthur holding him on. Crane looking over. Here comes a pitch. and it's low for a ball. Canton does a good job of keeping that in front of him to keep Fleetwood on first. Crane goes from the stretch, and there's the next one. There's a ground ball over to second base for the force out, and a double play ball. Nice job by the Cats. Exactly what the doctor ordered. 5-4, 4-3, and we get the double play ball. So here is Jackson Overstreet. No, this is Brandon Overstreet, I'm sorry. The second baseman. Double play ball seems to be the Cats' monitor. And there's the first pitch, and that's low and inside for a ball. That was literally all the way around the infield because Jaden Nichols caught that ball right at third base, got it over to second, and it went on. There's a ground ball to Hudson Williams. He's up and over to Arthur for the third out. So the side is retired, that time 6-3, and they're we go into the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Cats are up by a score of 4-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name-brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
It will be Jaden Nichols, Canton Smith, and Drake Jennings up in the bottom half of the fifth inning. From Roy B. Schaefer Stadium, John Ball, Matt Ball, glad to have you with us. This has been a rain-delayed ball game, so it's been going on for just a little while. We got the first inning in, and about 6:45, here came the rain, and the umpire said, let's stop all of this, and we just continued to wait, and we actually got started back again about 7 o'clock. So in case you're wondering what's going on, that is exactly it. So far, the Cats are making good. They're being able to hit the ball, and when they pick up that free pass, we seem to make it score. Here's Jaden. Comes the first pitch. That was a curveball on the outside corner, strike one. Cannon Ellison's pitching, and there's another one, and that's another curveball. Took a little something off of that, strike two.
Boy, that thing just sinks right at the very end, doesn't it?
Yeah, the lefty has the ability to just make it sink right in the middle. Two balls, or no balls. There's a ball.
Got it.
No, I guess that was strike three.
Looked a little low to me.
So Jaden goes down on strikes. And here's Canton Smith. Canton started things in the last inning with a single. He gave his position up to pinch runner, and that runner came on around and scored. The Cats picked up 3 in the last inning. So Canton stands in there, wiggles the bat a little bit. Here comes the first pitch, and it's low for a ball. There's a pretty good hole between first and second base, and there is a call strike on the inside corner. Canton is talking to the home plate umpire, and he said, "Are you sure about that?" And the home plate umpire pointed to the corner that it hit. So there's a ball and a strike, one out. Canton hits that ball, and it goes Right fielder is chasing
Way
it, and
right.
Canton is
What
going to
a
go all
hit.
the way to third base because that is going to, and he could have gone
held
to
him
third
up.
base. Yeah, that ball got all the way over into the corner, but Canton goes into second with a double. And here is Drake Jennings. He flied out to the catcher his last time up. And Austin Patterson is going to go in and pinch run, and we'll do her again like the last inning.
You bet.
And the second baseman out there has got sunglasses on, and it's kind of, even though it's not sun out there, there's a called strike on the inside corner, and it's kind of flashing back and forth a little blue out there.
Sure
isn't
is.
it? Yeah. Patterson dances around, and there is a ball that actually keeps in front of him. So that evens the count at 1-1. Nelson looks back, looks forward, and there is a ball that is hit, and it's going to be, here comes Boston. He's going to come in and score for the second time, and Jennings goes into second base.
Oh, man, they do it so well when they're doing it.
Isn't that the truth? So Jennings gets a double and gets an RBI, and the Cats pick up their fifth run. Here's McInturf. He had a single in the last inning, and he gave his position up to Dana Arthur, and that worked out really well. We picked up some speed there, and a run came across. Jennings on second base. There's one out, and there's a first pitch, and it's low for ball. McInturf, Fisher, and Williams. No, McInturf, Crane, Fisher, and Williams. I'm sorry. Brody had a single his last time up as well. Comes the next pitch to McInturf, and it was on the inside corner for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. The right fielder got caught back on his heels. He is quite a ways over towards center field, and that ball went all the way down into the corner. McInturf starts to score or swing, but it ball got away from the catcher, and Patterson goes to third base. Or Jennings, I'm sorry. Patterson scored, huh?
Yeah,
Am I
he
doing
already
that for?
scored.
Yes. So a fly ball scores another one for the Cats. Second baseman is playing in, and McInturf hits that ball and looks like that could very well drop, and it does. And here comes Jennings. McInturf gets his second hit of the night, and the Cats pick up another run.
Boy, it's a great night to be a Wildcat right now.
Yeah, isn't it though? Here's Brody Crane. He had a single and came around and scored in the last inning. 6-0 in favor of the Cats. McInturf over on first base. Here comes the first pitch to Crane. There's a curved ball, low and inside. Really, right now it's a beautiful, beautiful evening for baseball. The lights are on, and Cats are playing little Friday night lights on Thursday. Call inside strike. Brody Crane, then Jaden Fisher. Cats have picked up 2 in this inning so far, and there is a high ball.
The
center fielder comes in, and he makes the play, and McInturf has to go back. So there's the second out, and here's Jaden Fisher, who was hit by a pitch and stranded at second base. And there continues to be a hole between first and second. Here's the first pitch and swung on strike one. Ellison looks over at first base. Here comes the next pitch, and it's swung on for strike two. I thought maybe he held out, but no, the umpire said the bat broke the plane of the plate.
And it did.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes on the second baseman for Neosho. Here comes the next pitch. And it's swung on, and that's right up the middle. McInturf will stop at second, but the Cats continue their hitting barrage. Maybe they're making up for all of those that we talked about earlier.
Got to make up for it sometime.
You bet. And here is Alex Rodriguez. Hudson Williams. Hudson got a base on balls in the 3rd inning and came around to score. He struck out his last time up, and he is due. Here's Ellison's first pitch. And that's a call strike on the inside corner. Looks like there's a little action over in the Republic bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell who it is, but Ellison on the mound. The lefty gets ready to throw, and Hudson swings through that for strike 2. Ellison kind of looks down at second base, and he got him, strike 3. But the Cats pick up a couple more, and the score is now 6-0 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. They did that, 2 runs on 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 men left on base. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats. We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
Overstreet, White, and McCracken are up in the top half of the 6th inning for the Republic Tigers. Ball goes down to Hudson Williams from Canton Smith. It goes around the horn, gets over to Arthur. Arthur over to Crane, and we're ready to start the top half of the 6th. Overstreet has been on twice. He had a single in the 1st inning, and then he walked. Plays right field. The senior is as we said before, he's a college commit, 3 Rivers Community College. Brody Arthur looks down. Here comes the first pitch, and that's swung on, and it's going to be back here on the soccer field for strike 1. Arthur looks down, and he works a little bit faster. There's the next one. That is outside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Crane has just been moving right along, and there's a pitch that's swung on over to Jaden. Jaden up and over to Brody for the out.
What a slide.
What a slide. 4-3, and there's the first out. Jaden Fisher caught that ball and was sliding as he caught it and came up with it and got it over to Arthur at first base in plenty of time. Here is Isaac White. He got on base by way of a fielder's choice his last time up. The first time he flied out to the pitcher. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Arthur Crane looks down. There's swung on for strike 2. Crane not taking a whole lot of time, and here comes the next pitch. And it almost gets away from Canton, but he hangs on to it. That's outside for a ball. A ball and 2 strikes. There's one out. Top half of the 6th inning. Cats are up by a score of 6-0 over the Republic Tigers. Comes the next pitch. And that was a ball outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Arthur is playing just a little bit back. He's been playing up even with first base. Fisher is back on the outfield. There's a swung on foul ball, and the count will remain the same. Here comes the next pitch from Crane, and that one's in the dirt. That'll run the count full. Preston McCracken will be up next. He's had a base hit, was stranded at third base, and then he grounded out 5-3. Comes the next pitch, and he walks. Here's McCracken. As we said, he got a base hit, and then he grounded out 5-3. Republic's runner on first base by way of a walk is White. He's a designated hitter. And it looks like he's going to try. There's swung on for strike 1. He acts like he wants to try to do something to disrupt Crane's thought, doesn't he? Crane looks down. Here comes the pitch. And swung on for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Preston McCracken. Nolan Lashley will be up next. Here comes a pitch from Crane. Swung on, got him, strike 3. So 2 outs now. And Crane just seems to be able to get the strikeouts when he needs them, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's looking good tonight.
Yeah, very good.
Now batting number 19,
Nolan Lashley has struck out, and then he's flied out, and looks like that's going to happen again. There's a pop fly. And Hudson Williams comes in and makes the catch.
Woo.
So that retired the side, left one runner, gave up one walk, and the runner was stranded after 5.5. The Cats are up by a score of 6-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Fawcett Greenhouse at 898 Baxter Street in Neosho is a proud supporter of Neosho sports. Springtime brings growing season and baseball to the Neosho area, and Fawcett Greenhouse supports all Neosho spring sports and wants to wish all Wildcats good luck for a happy and safe season of competition. Fawcett Greenhouse can supply you with all your home landscaping and gardening needs. For more information, the number is 417-451-5369 or FawcettGreenhouse.com.
You're back. Republic has a new pitcher, Brandon Overstreet, coming over from second base to finish the ball game. Republic had a couple of people working over in the bullpen just a few minutes ago, and we're looking to see who the new second baseman is.
Cooper Thomas.
Cooper Thomas in the ball game for Republic. Overstreet's a right-handed pitcher, and he's finishing up his warm-ups. We want to thank some of our sponsors, Matt, while we're here. Why don't we do that?
Well, let's see. Let's go Calvary Baptist here in Neosho, Neosho Daily News, Crowder College, State Farm with Eric Norris, Affordable Propane, about the Big Nickel.
Yeah.
Cali Tire, Newmac, Sports Locker here at Neosho. And we'll go Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce.
Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to all those sponsors. We really appreciate them. But, hey, we really appreciate you hanging on here after a big rain delay. But hopefully the Cats are going to give you something you'll think about for quite a while. Brandon Overstreet now is the pitcher for Republic. Cats have got the night off tomorrow night. Here's Boston Patterson, and he will be pinch hitting for Rodriguez. He's done a little bit of pinch running, so I guess he will pinch hit now as well. A man of many trades. There's the first pitch, and it is low for a ball.
It's good to get these guys in here and get them some playtime.
You bet. You bet. And that makes the count 2 balls and no strikes on Boston Patterson, the senior. And there's ball 3. And I feel quite certain, knowing that we need base runners, that Boston will be taking this one all the way. He stands in there. Here comes the pitch. And there's a call strike from Mr. Overstreet. So the count's now 3-1. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cats are up by a score of 6-0. And there's a ball that's hit right up the middle.
There.
So Patterson keeps the hitting barrage going. That is the 9th hit that the Cats have had so far. And here's Finn Versluis. Versluis is flied out to the center fielder. He's flied out to the third baseman, but more importantly, he started the 3rd inning with a double that drove in Hudson Williams. And he lays down a bunt. It looks like nobody is going to even come close, but they get him. And Patterson is on to second base.
But he advanced the runner, and that's what they needed.
That's exactly right. We advanced the runner. So there's the first out, but that is a 5-4, actually, for the first out. And here's Jaden Nichols. Base hit now with Boston speed will score for the Cats. And there is a pretty good hole between first and second. And there's the first pitch, and it is outside for a ball. Lashley doing a nice job of getting out there and hanging on to that pitch. Canton Smith and Drake Jennings will be up next. Here comes the next pitch, and that's ball on the inside. So 2 balls and no strikes on Jaden Nichols, the third baseman. Brandon Overstreet in relief of Ellison. Here comes the third pitch, and there's a call strike on the outside corner. Cats have scored at least one in the last 3 innings. And here comes Overstreet's next pitch, and that's swung on for a strike. So that evens the count at 2-2. There is one out. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's fouled off.
Hanging in there.
Patterson dancing around down there at second base is doing just exactly what it's designed to do, and it's taken Overstreet's mind off of the batter and put back on him. 2-2 is the count. Here comes a pitch from Overstreet, and there is a foul ball. Just foul down the third baseline. So we'll do her again. Jaden Nichols is up. Here comes the pitch. And it hit him. Hit him. So Nichols draws a hit pitch, and he's on first base. Now the Cats have got 2 runners on. And here is the guy that has been hitting the cover off the ball, Canton Smith. Canton is, he flied out to center field in the first inning, and he had a single, came around and scored in the 4th, and he hit a double and came around and scored in the 5th. He steps in. Overstreet looks over at second base. Here comes the first pitch, and there's called strike 1. Canton says, wait a minute, we're going to stop this for a minute. And Overstreet's ready. He looks back at second base. And he lets that one go by. It's a ball, or it's a called strike, I guess. That's what it was. It was a called strike. Nichols back at first base. Catcher thought he might have a shot at picking him up at third base, but they didn't throw. There's a hard hit ball to second base. The second baseman's over, and no. Oh, my goodness. Well, double play ball, and that gets the Cats out of the inning with no runs. That was a hard hit ball, but we go to the top of the 7th, and Neosho is ahead by a score of 6-0. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Welcome back. Top half of the 7th inning. The Cats are up by a score of 6-0. Brody Crane the whole way for the Cats so far. We want to remind you to stay tuned for the post-game show, which at this point it may be 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the post-game show will be brought to you by, no, we're not. We're kidding about that. This is the top half of the 7th. The post-game show is brought to you by Arvest Bank, who is proud to make Neosho home. Here is number 18, Cannon Ellison. He was pulled in relief, and there's the first pitch, and it swung on for strike 1. He'd like to have an opportunity to make a difference right now, I'm sure. Here comes the next pitch. And that was a hard ball, but it was low for ball one. Crane just continues to throw the fastball, and he has got these Tigers baffled. There's a ball in the outside corner. We'll make the count 2-1. Canton stops and picks up something. I'm not sure what it was. It was a piece of his
listening device.
Yeah, so the home plate umpire is helping him get that back on. And we'll be ready to go. Top half of the seventh inning. Cats up by a score of 6-0. 2 balls and a strike to Cannon Ellison, the lefty. There's the next pitch. Swung on for strike 2. Ryder Smith and Mason Fleetwood up for Republic in this half of the inning. And there's the next pitch. Got him, strike 3. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for Brody Crane so far in this inning. And here's another lefty, Ryder Smith. Crane looks down. Here comes the first pitch. And that is ball low and outside. Well, now that is number 24. That is the, check that, and
That's
that
the
is
pitcher.
Thomas.
Yeah, Cooper Thomas.
Cooper Thomas, came in to play second base, and that was a call strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Comes the next pitch, and that's swung on right back here, and that's strike 2. So just like that, Crane is ahead on Thomas. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 out in the top half of the 7th inning. Crane looking down, and Thomas backs back out. Now he's back in. Here's the next pitch. High and outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Mason Fleetwood, the center fielder, will be up next, and that looks like another pinch hitter. And there's a call strike. So Thomas strikes out, and there's 2 gone in the 7th inning. And we'll see.
Nolan Cobble.
Nolan Cobble.
Yeah.
Is the hitter.
He's a senior.
All right. And that is it. That is the number of pitches for Brody Crane. And he is going to be pulled. He gets hugs from everybody, and understandably so. He's done a great job of pitching tonight, and he leaves the ball game with 10 strikeouts.
He had 106 pitches.
Yeah, and the new pitcher looks like it's going to be Boston Patterson. Boston Patterson does, like we said, a little bit of everything. He is pinch hit, he has pinch run, and now he's into pitch. Well, I check that. That's Alex. Oh, I see that now. Yeah, that's Alex Rodriguez. I thought that was number 6. It's not. It's number 9. Rodriguez comes in.
Just got to flip that over.
Yeah. And he will do his best to get the last out, and Cats will go home happy. So many really good things have happened tonight. We're excited for the post-game show to be able to talk about those with you. Crane is going to stay in the ball game, I believe. He's going to go to right field. Yeah, no, maybe not. We'll see here. I believe he's going to go to first base. Yeah, he is going to go to first base. So Arthur has done a great job at first base tonight, and he'll get to sit down for the last out. And my old eyes will not tell me who's over in right field. Nolan Coble is the hitter. 2 outs in the top half of the 7th inning, and there's the first pitch, and that's swung on for strike 1. Well, we know A-Rod likes to throw strikes. He had 14 strikeouts against Pea Ridge a week ago Friday night, and there's the second pitch. It's a little bit inside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Looks down from the stretch. There's the next pitch, swung on strike 2. So Rodriguez in relief of the guy that's over at first base right now, Crane, and there it is, and that is a ball. Got away from Canton just a little bit, but that evens the count at 2-2. Comes the next pitch from A-Rod, and that's a foul ball that's going to go back over here to the, maybe the soccer field. I can't see over there, but this guy's going over there and picking it up. So the count's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the 7th inning, and here comes the pitch from A-Rod. Swung on, got him. So the side was retired, struck out, and the Cats win it by a score of 6-0. Great ball game for the Cats. We want you to stay tuned for the post-game show, which is brought to you by Arvest Bank. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for each.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services, including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at SMBonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do
that. And welcome back. The Wildcats are out celebrating, and rightfully they should. They just broke the streak. They had lost 4 out of the last 5, and coming up against a tough Republic team and beat them 6-0. 2 hits in the ball game. Brody Crane did a great job. He had 9 strikeouts. Alex Rodriguez came in and got the last strikeout to finish the ball game. But there were 2 hits. There were 3 people that were walked for the Cats. They picked up 6 runs on 10 hits. Which is riding the ship in just so many different ways. I mean, we have not been able to hit the ball, and we talked about in the pregame show how important it was that we be able to hit the ball, and hit the ball we most definitely did. Canton Smith led the way. He had a 2-hit performance. He had a double and a single that got things going for us in the 3rd inning and then 4th inning, and then he came around again with the double in that 5th inning. So The Cats win it going away 6-0 against Ozark, which is a formidable ball club. As we said at the beginning of the ball game, in district playoffs, they were right behind us. Cats now are 15-6, and they're 4-3 in district playoff. The visitors are now 11-10, and they're 3-4 in playoff. So we're excited about the opportunities we had here tonight. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll see if Coach doesn't bring someone back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Fawcett Greenhouse at 898 Baxter Street in Neosho is a proud supporter of Neosho sports. Springtime brings growing season and baseball to the Neosho area, and Fawcett Greenhouse supports all Neosho spring sports and wants to wish all Wildcats good luck for a happy and safe season of competition. Fawcett Greenhouse can supply you with all your home landscaping and gardening needs. For more information, the number is 417-451-5369 or FawcettGreenhouse.com.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to the post-game show. Post-game show is being brought to you by Arvest Bank in Neosho. Arvest Bank in Neosho, we believe the power of serving others. From small business to agriculture, whether you're looking for someone to help manage your mortgage or an expert in wealth management, we got you covered. You deserve the financial partner who cares and wants to help you reach your financial goals. Arvest Bank in Neosho, proud to call Neosho home. And we're waiting for Coach Keith Kilgore to come up here. Once again, the Cats have done a great job of riding the ship tonight. Matt, I think they must have listened to the Keys for the Cats because we talked about all of those things, to include hits.
Yeah, well, they did an outstanding job tonight. It was just great to watch them, and everybody was out there cheerful and happy and having a good time, and that's what it's all about. And when you're doing the little things right, you know, you're going to get the win.
Well, the double play ball is still the pitcher's best friend. We had a double play ball that actually stifled the Republic Tigers once, and then we had a double play ball that we almost got a couple of times, but we got the force down at second base. The big double play ball tonight, I never get tired of seeing the Cats. This time it was from 5 to 4 to 3, all the way around the horn, and got it done in plenty of time. Brody Crane was the recipient of those double play balls and those force outs, as he had himself 9 strikeouts. He gave up 2 hits, no runs. So it was a shutout, and he did not finish the ball game. He went 2 strikeouts deep into the 7th inning, and then according to Misha rules, he had to stop because he had over 100 pitches. So 100 pitches, and that's getting it really close, and the Cats certainly did not want to take the chance to lose him for a ball game, because if you have a pitcher that pitches too many and Misha finds out that is a pitching violation, then you lose that pitcher for the next ball game. The other thing we saw the other night at Ozark that we haven't seen is the amount of time that a pitcher has from the time the ball gets into his hand until he throws it. And we saw a base umpire that called that on the Ozark pitcher, and allowed us to have an extra ball. That's exactly what that does, and that put Hudson Williams on first base. Looks like the Cats are coming back over this way. Let's go ahead and take another timeout, and we'll see if Coach comes over here. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They're located in their offices at 811 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or go online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. Go Cats!
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name-brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
And welcome back to the post-game show. It has been a long game. The Cats have had to fight some real adversity, but we've got Coach Kilgore coming, and that's exactly who I thought we'd have, number 4, Brody Crane. Brody, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great victory tonight. Let's talk about it for just a few minutes. That fastball was working, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
People are seeing your back. They want to see your front. Turn around here to the
gotcha.
camera. And you got a hit too.
Yes,
besides that, great ball game. Did you ever think that you were in trouble?
Honestly, not really. I knew if I was going to be in trouble, my team was going to have my back in the field. So it was just overall, great played game by us.
You know, we continue to manufacture the double play in different ways. Tonight it was a 5-4-3 double play.
Yes, sir.
And on top of that, we had a couple of opportunities, but we sure got the force out at second base.
Yes, sir.
So in case you didn't know it, you pitched a shutout, and you allowed 2 hits.
Yes, sir.
And those were the only things we saw. That's got to make you feel pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about this team now?
Yeah, this team is, once we get high, it's hard to slow us down. And especially when we're making plays and our bats are going, I don't think there's a team that can beat us in this conference.
I agree with you 100%, and I told Coach Kilgore that the other night, that there's not a team that can beat us. We've beat ourselves a couple times, but that's okay. We're moving forward. Pretty good ball club out here tonight, weren't they?
Yes, sir, they were.
Yeah, Republic is a good ball club, and they stand right below us in the district ratings until tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we picked up our 15th win. Congratulations. Exciting, right?
Yes, sir.
We go see Carthage Tuesday night, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
I think Boston's going to get the start, or whoever's going to be on the mound. It's going to be a great game, and we're going to rally behind them, and that's what we do.
Makes you feel good when Rodriguez comes in and he gets that last strikeout for you, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. I was hoping, because he was telling me he wanted to throw a little bit, and I said, I hope you don't throw, because that means I'm going all 7. And I got him one in there, and he did a great job. He executed very well.
Great job, great victory tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me talk to Coach for a minute. Coach, I think you guys must have been listening to my keys for the Cats tonight, because we literally did everything we talked about.
We will give you all the credit,
Cats.
John.
Thank
Absolutely,
you.
we will.
I appreciate that. Great, great victory. There were so many things that happened right to us tonight.
Well, you know, it all started yesterday, and it was a reset. And, you know, this team is about culture. They're about a family. We just had to reset. It's been a hard week for us, and you know, but team rallied together, and they never waver. You know, they come out and conduct business, and tonight you got a great performance out of BC, a dominating performance out of BC, and that's what this team needed. You know, where we're currently in the week, and we needed somebody to step up big. BC was able to do that, and you know, but there was a lot of things that happened in that game. There were a couple of 5-4-3 double plays, and that was needed to get us out of you know, kind of a pressure situation, and you know, and you can't speak enough about the guys that, you know, they just keep passing the bat to the next guy. And we had several key hits with guys in scoring position when needed.
We had 10 hits tonight altogether. Canton led us with 2 hits, and he hit that ball down into the corner in right field. I think he probably
could have been a triple. I was waving him.
I'm not sure he.
You know, but you know those catchers. But he can run for a catcher, and he could have legged that out. But yeah, I mean that kind of, you know, sparked us in that inning, and. But we had several. I mean, you look back at A-Rod's, you know, hit in the 9 hole that was scored 2, and you know, Finn.
Yeah, he came in when we needed him, didn't he?
Finn was a you know, spark plug at the plate. Whenever he is productive and on base, he creates a lot of problems for defenses. And you know, and A-Rod coming in, he just been itching. You know, and he got the opportunity, and he has not disappointed in, you know, his last, you know, 3 visits to the mound.
Yeah, he had 14 against Pea Ridge the other night, and I thought, we're going to see this kid again and again, and he did just exactly that. I think the thing that I was happiest about from being up here where we were, first we had to fight through the adversity of the weather. And we did a great job in the first inning. We held them, they held us. And then for that type of a rain delay, and then we came back. But it seemed like Canton and Brody were on the same page the whole night.
They were, and you are absolutely correct. I mean, when you have an hour, over an hour rain delay, you don't know how kids will come back and respond. And, you know, but every time we give Brody Crane the ball, we know what we're going to get. He's going to compete. He's going to give us an opportunity. And the guys did what they needed to do behind him with, you know, some double plays as well as some big key hits and separate ourselves. So this was a big district win against a great club in Republic.
Yeah, it really was. Those guys are coming in, and of course we know the coach. He's been over there 15 years,
right.
and he knows how to win. And I told Matt before the ball game started, the thing that's going to be in the back of their minds is us ending their season last year. And we didn't give them an opportunity to think about it very long because they were scrambling to try to do whatever they could to get on base.
Well, and I like our chances whenever Brody Crane, you know, whenever you can give him some run support of 2 or 3, you know, I like our chances. And then able to put up, you know, a 6 spot. You know, I mean, it's one to where, you know, an average high school hitter is going to, you know, struggle against that velo, and like I said, I mean, he was dominant tonight, and that's what we need to see more of as we go, you know, further into the season.
I tell you, Boston Patterson just turned into a Swiss knife, hadn't he? I mean, the guy does a little bit of everything.
He does, and he's a he's a role guy and he's a team player, and going from the mound to playing some third, some games he's our courtesy runner, and then we pinch hit him tonight. And I know he was looking forward to that opportunity. He made the most of it.
Yeah, he really did. That ball hit up the middle was a big play for us. We got Carthage next Tuesday on their brand new baseball field. We know that they beat Webb last night 2-3. What do you know about Carthage?
Just what you see in social media, and I know that they've been, they have a winning record, and and they're playing some tough competition. We're going to have to be at our very best, and especially when you go on the road, and kind of looking forward at the forecast. And, we may have to move that game to Monday. They're calling for thunder showers all day Tuesday, so that game may be moved to Monday. We'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, well, we may have to go and eat barbecue first.
Well, you just let me know what time. I'll show up.
All right. Coach, thank you so
much.
Thank
you. I appreciate that.
Great victory tonight.
Big win against a good team.
And
you
bet.
Go Cats.
You bet. And that's going to wrap it up for us this evening. John Ball and Matt Ball with you. We are excited, as you heard Coach say, we may be in Carthage on Monday night instead of Tuesday night. But we will bring the Cats on. Matt, I think we did so many things right tonight that it was an exciting ball game.
Well, I can just tell you, like I said, they're all out there just having a good time. You could tell they were having fun, and that's what it's all about. And it's always fun when you're doing the little things right, like I said. So that's about all I have to say.
All right. Well, we don't know whether we'll be with you on Monday night or Tuesday night. As always, stay tuned to KNEO's webpage. We will have the ball game, whether it's Monday night or Tuesday night. So until we see you then, take time out to go worship this weekend. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope that we've been able to put a little skip in your step with the Cats win tonight. So until we see you the next time, this is John and Matt saying, Go Cats!
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching